So for today, we'll be presenting on our intercultural communication assignment, which is the film review. The film we choose is The Intouchables. I'm Tianzin and my group members are Tan Xin Yi, Wang Lu Yao, Wang Ziyu, and Stacy Lin Wei. So I'll pass the time to the introduction.
So first of all is for the introductions. The Intouchables is a biographical drama that highlights the struggles of individuals with severe disabilities, blending comedy and with emotional depth. Based on true events, it follows the life of a wealthy French man paralyzed and dependent on caregivers whose life is transformed by a bold young man from a poor Parisian neighborhood. The film emphasizes intercultural communication, bridging divides between the affluent and marginalized. It underscores the importance of mutual respect, understanding, and human connection, stressing that individuals with disabilities seek recognition as equals rather than sympathy. The narrative also explores themes of loneliness and how genuine relationships foster inclusion and growth across cultural and personal boundaries.
So the Untouchables tell the story of the cross-class friendship between the paralyzed aristocrat Philip and the underprivileged youth Darius. With humor and sincerity, Darius helps Philip regain the joy of life, while Philip guides Darius to find a direction in life. And the film conveys warmth and hope by showing the power of friendship and equality in a light and touching way.
So for the second one is social class and identity. First one is the impact of social class. It highlights the contrast between Philip's privilege and Drew's low income background. Challenges traditional class-based power dynamics through their interdependent relationship. For the second one is fluidity of social power. Dependency fosters mutual respect, redefining social hierarchies, emphasizes connection that transcend and trenches class barriers. The third one is intersectionality of identity. Drew's identity is shaped by his immigrant background, race, and socioeconomic struggles. So showcases resilience and challenges stereotypes tied to marginalized groups. And the last one is critique of societal labels. It advocates for seeing individuals beyond their social class or surface level in identities and promotes an inclusive understanding of identity that values individuality and agency.
Another argument is language and power dynamics. Language is a key tool in shaping power dynamics as shown in the Untouchables. Driz's informal and humorous tone contrasts with Philip's refined demeanor, disrupting traditional hierarchies. For example, in the job interview, Driz's casual comments creates an unexpected connection. Similarly, during the police encounter, Driz uses humor to manipulate the situation, asserting control. Even in the opera scene, Philip's laughter at Driz's remarks shows mutual respect developing. These examples show how communication can redefine relationships, fostering equality and breaking social barriers.
The Intouchables challenges stereotypes of race, class, and disability, highlighting societal bias and how they can dissolve through human connection. The film contrasts Jess, an immigrant descendant with a love for pop music, and Philip, a wealthy aristocrat who prefers classical music. Their cultural differences are depicted, such as Jess's casual demeanor and Philip's refined elegance. However, moments like Philip's birthday party, where pop music enlivens the atmosphere, symbolize the blending of cultures and mutual appreciation. In addressing disability, the movie contrasts societal pity with jazz's reflection the recklessness, treating Philip as an equal rather than a vulnerable person. Philip values this approach as it restores his sense of normalcy and dignity.
The next argument will be in cultural differences in communication styles. So effective cross-cultural communication today requires understanding language, values, belief, and communication styles. The key aspects includes cultural awareness, overcoming language barrier, and adapting nonverbal cues, where trust is built through active listening, empathy, and collaboration in conflict resolution. So in the film The Intouchables, the communication differences between Dries from a poor immigrant background and Philip, a wealthy quadriplegic, are central to their relationship, where Dries's direct humorous style contrasts with Philip's formal reserved manner. Their non-verbal communication also differs, with Dries being expressive while Philip relying on subtle facial cues. Dries's informality challenges Philip's expectations, gradually helping him to open up. Their contrasting styles break down social and cultural barriers, demonstrating how authentic communication fosters deeper connections.
In Untouchable, nonverbal communication shows characters, emotions, and relationships through eyes, smells, and body movements. And Dre's dramatic gestures and humorous expressions break down barriers, while Philip's smells and eyes convey trust and warmth. This kind of communication transcends language and highlights the sincerity and accessibility of friendship.
Next, we have the theories. Identity negotiation theory explains how individuals navigate multiple roles in social interactions. In the Intouchables, Driss and Philip's identity initially clashes, Driss being too blunt and carefree, while Philip is formal and refined. Over time, they adapt to each other, learning from their differences. Driss injects humor and joy into Philip's life, while Phillips introduces Driss to cultural appreciation and growth. Their friendship exemplifies how empathy and communications can bridge cultural and social gaps, highlighting the transformative power of identity negotiation.
So for another theory, which is the conversational constraints theory by Min-Sun Kim, Min-Sun Kim's culture-based conversational constraints theory explains how individuals from different cultures select specific conversational strategies based on their communication goals shaped by cultural factors. So in this film, The Intouchables, where this theory actually offers insight into the evolving relationship between Jesus and Philip. Initially, Jesus challenges typical conversational constraints related to Philip's disability by treating him as an equal, instead of with pity. There are contrasting social and cultural norms where Dries' informal, direct style versus Philip's reserved, aristocratic manner shifted over time as they developed trust and empathy between each other. So by the end of the film, their communication transcends societal stereotypes, fostering mutual respect and personal growth.
In The Intouchables, the contrast between Jazz's rule-breaking casual behavior and Philip's dignified aristocratic manners highlights Carol's cultural challenges. However, their evolving relationship demonstrates the importance of communication adaptation. Jazz transitions from mocking classical music and to engaging in painting, reading, and caring for Philip, while Philip learns to appreciate just humor and spontaneity. Music serves as a bridge between cultures in the film. Jazz blends pop and classical music at Philip's birthday party, bringing stereotypes and uniting the guests. However, while the movie conveys a hopeful message about overcoming bias, yet simplifies the challenges faced by lower class and immigrant communities in real life.
So the last one is for the conclusion. In conclusion, The Intouchables is a compelling exploration of how cross-cultural communication and human connection can overcome barriers of social class, race, and disability. The film illustrates the transformative power of mutual respect, humor, and open communication in breaking down stereotypes, prejudice, and social isolation. Through the evolving relationship between Philip, a wealthy quadriplegic, and Dries, a young man from a marginalized background, it showcases how identity negotiation and nonverbal communication can foster empathy and reshape personal bonds. By challenging societal norms and providing a fresh perspective on caregiving, the film delivers a timeless message of inclusion and mutual growth. It highlights the value of seeing people beyond labels and embracing the richness of cultural and personal differences in relationships. By presenting an idealized narrative, The Intouchables serves as a poignant reminder of the potential for understanding and compassion in bridging social divides. Ultimately, the film demonstrates that stepping beyond cultural and social constraints allow authentic connections to thrive. This fosters a sense of shared humanity and equality, transforming lives and offering hope for a more inclusive world. So that's the end of our presentation. Thank you very much.